Albert Einstein had said, education is not learning of facts, but training of the mind. I never teach my pupils, I only provide the conditions in which they learn. The main features of National Policy for Education in 1968 was status, emoluments, education of teachers, development of languages, identification of talent, secondary education, university education, part time education, spread of literacy, adult education, games, sports, education of minorities. If we talk about National Policy of Education in 1986, it laid emphasis on the removal of disparities and to equalize educational opportunities, especially for Indian women, scheduled tribes, and the scheduled caste communities. The major paradigm shift in the landscape of education became apparent with the introduction of National Education Policy 2020 to meet global standards and make India Vishwaguru. Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said NEP gives flexibility to choose, change, and skill up, hence, putting into practice higher order skills like creativity, problem solving, SWOT analysis, etc. Education scenario, if you see per se, is ECCE, that is Early Childhood Care Education, school education, higher education, professional education. It aims for universalization of education from preschool to secondary level with 100% gross enrollment ratio, that is GER, in school education by 2030 and aims to raise GER to 50% in higher education by 2035. As per the reports of All India Survey on Higher Education 2020, the GER in higher education stands at 27.1% for the whole country as against USA's 88%, Germany's 70%, and China's 54.4%. Now there is 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4 structure, which has replaced the existing 10 plus 2 format. This format, in every respect, corresponds to the age group 3 to 8, 8 to 11, 11 to 14, 14 to 18. In that case, the right to education is now 3 to 18 years. Earlier, it was 14 years. Under Early Childhood Care Education, that is ECCE, emphasizes access, affordability, equity, quality, accountability, and universalization. Another paradigm shift in the landscape of education has been the proper use of technology and sources equipped classrooms with the help of NEET, that is National Educational Alliance for Technology. Now, the question arises, what is NEET? Now, this is a scheme recently launched by the Ministry of Education to improve the quality of learning and accessibility to educational resources. We can identify it as a across the board platform for online education that provides access to a wide range of products from the industry. What seems exciting is that it brings online educational courses and learning technologies onto the single platform. It ensures that students from rural areas or students having monetary issues, so they get access to some free coupons during their participation in the NEET cell. Technical literacy for teachers is mandated to teach students with the help of smart technologies like digital boards, etc. The shift to increase technology in the classroom has been happening for a while now. An increase in awareness, understanding, diagnosis of learning disabilities is also partly fueling the change. Here I will quote the Chinese proverb which says, "Tell me and I will forget, show me and I may remember, involve me and I will understand." Better visual learning options are available. Knowledge is more accessible. Technology fuels introduction to self paced learning, increased technical skills, a broader scope of interaction through different portals, which benefits even the educational centers. For example, if we talk about school education mandated under RTE, that is, regular inspection of the education system has been delegated. That is under PARAK, Performance Assessment Review and Analysis of Knowledge for Holistic Development. To improve the overall evaluation system, emphasis has been laid on providing quality and industry related education. When education is imparted in relation to the surrounding environment, the student can develop practical knowledge. The Prime Minister said that the national education policy addresses another big issue. Mark sheet driven education has been dominating in place of learning driven education in our country, and we have to change that. The student who will cross the comfy threshold of home to make an entrance in school can now learn in mother tongue till class 8th as a medium of instruction. So the students can stick to the concepts with no trouble. Right to Education Act of 2009 also emphasize medium of instruction shall as far as practical be in child's mother tongue. It will drastically change the teaching and the learning process by introducing the mother tongue as a primary mode of instruction in lower classes. Knowing English definitely opens up numerous opportunities and is the need of the hour in a globalized world. UNESCO has been leading the way and advocating for multilingual education based on the mother tongue from the earliest years of schooling. This might have been a shocker to many who have recognized learning in English as being the utmost importance. Simultaneously, if the focus is on knowledge driven education, imagine hitting the books in mother tongue can be how soothing to a small child. The most important and historic change is that science, commerce, arts will no longer remain separated. Honorable APJ Abdul Kalam has said, learning gives creativity, creativity leads to thinking, thinking provides knowledge, and knowledge makes you great. It implies that students will be competent enough to cherry pick the carefully selected subject combinations, and vocational courses will straight away kick off after class 6th. Internships that are mostly restricted to college students only will also start for school students so that they can become familiar with what they catch sight of. Before addressing the paradigm shift in the landscape of higher education, the governing body of higher education in India is University Grants Commission that follows the principle based on the profound concept of Rigveda. Ano Bhadra Kritavo Yantu Vishwataha. Let noble thoughts come from every direction. Higher education is now focusing more on skill based education to become acquainted with the needs of the industry and the economy. Today, higher education institutes make statutory changes in their structure, which felicitates students to pursue two academic degrees simultaneously in physical mode. UGC, in a statement in October 2022, has stressed on all the higher educational institutions were requested to devise mechanisms through its statutory bodies for allowing students to pursue two academic programs simultaneously. When we talk of higher education, recently UGC chairman has said that dual degrees will make global education affordable for students. 4-year undergraduate program has been introduced, allowing the campuses of foreign universities and India had been encouraged. Why? Because it encourages Indian universities to build strong partnership with international universities. It is believed that the exchange of ideas between Indian and international institutions will lead to innovative curriculum and the construction of knowledge society. Among them is the change the 3-year undergraduate study structure into a 4-year pattern with multiple entry and exit points to make higher education more suited to get jobs later. It is a multidisciplinary by allowing students their own choice or whether they want a 1-year, 2-year, 3-year, or a 4-year course. It will certainly revolutionize education in India. It encourages an academic credit bank so that, just like in many international systems, students can move between different universities if they need and collect credits based on their work. Their credits can be collected, they can be transferred, and go into the final degree earned. 4-year UG course will certainly boost vocational and practical knowledge, allow academic flexibility, dropout rate will go down, enrollment ratio will go up, allow students to build their own degrees, will let students join jobs when they want. The national education policy does not endorse the MPhil degree. The 4 year undergraduate program is beneficial to students in several ways. Those who are interested in research can do their multidisciplinary research or focus on a single discipline in the final year. This is what Chairman of the UGC Jagdish Kumar has said. Those who do well in the 4 year undergraduate program will be eligible to join the PhD program. That this will enhance the research ecosystem of our country. NEP 2020 states that pedagogy must evolve to make education more experiential, holistic, integrated, inquiry driven, discovery oriented, learner centric, discussion based, flexible, and of course, enjoyable. To encourage universities and institutes towards startups, Gujarat Education Department had launched an annual benchmarking system to review their progress as well as rank their performance through student innovation and startup index. Like Greek philosopher Plato has said, the direction in which education starts a man will determine his future in life. Last but not the least, focuses on bringing industries and other professional expertise into academic institutions through new category of positions called professor of practice. Now, what is professor of practice? Distinguished experts from various fields such as engineering, science, technology, entrepreneurship, management, chartered accountancy, commerce, social sciences, media, literature, fine arts, civil services, armed forces, legal professions, and public administrations into the academic institutions. Now, why do we need that? To enable the higher education institutions to formally associate with persons of eminence and encourage them to participate in experiential learning, research, training, skilling, entrepreneurship, and extension, and to play mentoring roles. I would like to end my talk on the changing landscape of education with Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan's profound statement on education. The end product of education should be a free, creative man who can battle against historical circumstances and adversities of nature. Thank you.